Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Hope you guys having a good day, or hoping that you guys have better days ahead. For me, just tired, and all I can say is that mine was fine. Just it wasn't bad. Just wish I had better days, because I'm tired. Anyway, my name is Marlon, and this is episode 52 of Mushroom City in Minecraft. And right now, we are going to talk about the weather before we can get into Minecraft. The stream will last from 6 o'clock to 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and right now it is 6:01 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Currently in the New York City area, which I happen to be in, it is 88 degrees with overcast skies, and throughout the day we had temperatures at a high of 90 with some scattered showers, some isolated showers and storms, with a high of 90 and a low of 73. But it's not everywhere that that's gonna happen. But so far, it's only just mostly sunshine. Excuse me, folks. I need a drink of water, folks. Sorry. Okay, so let's just go over the weather right now. So there are 99 active weather alerts. 8 severe thunderstorm warnings are in Indiana, Florida, Colorado, Ohio, West Virginia, Indiana. I think I already. No, I haven't said Wyoming, New Mexico, and Canada. 19 flash flood warnings in New Mexico, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico, Ohio, and Canada. 10 special marine warnings in Wisconsin, Illinois, Florida, Indiana, Michigan, offshore, Louisiana, and Mississippi. 19 special weather statements in West Virginia, Florida, Illinois, Utah, New Mexico, Colorado, North Carolina, Indiana. I think I said Illinois, but whatever. Wyoming. I think I said Colorado, maybe Colorado. Kansas. 20 air quality alerts, 21 flood warnings, just flood warnings, and 2 red flag warnings. Now let's talk about the region bit by bit. So let's go over them all. Now let me just play the radar loop in the past 3 hours just to get an idea of what we're dealing with, folks. Yeah, I got something in my mouth. Hold on a minute, folks. Yeah, I thought I have some hair. Okay. Anyway, back to the stream. Okay, we've been having some clear skies throughout New England. Quite dry, though there are air quality alerts associated with wildfires that have been ongoing for a long time. Also, air quality alerts, but mainly because of the heat in the tri-state area. From Long Island to Western Connecticut, Hudson Valley, parts of the Catskills, and even northern New Jersey, with the exception of Sussex County, and pretty much the other counties in northwestern New Jersey. But regardless, folks, rains, they are making their way towards the New York City area in a matter of about 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours from now, or rather, not by then, but there is another area full of thunderstorms in places like central New Jersey, making its way towards the greater New York City area, and may have already started to affect places like Staten Island, which could threaten the New York City area in a matter of minutes, just up to an hour throughout downtown New York, Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Brooklyn in a matter of about half an hour, in northeastern New Jersey, about to get some thunderstorms going, also about half an hour to an hour from now. But the other batches of storms coming from Pennsylvania, they'll be here in about 2 hours probably at what it looks like. Yeah, about the earliest, or 3 hours. Flash flood warnings are in effect throughout western half of southwestern Pennsylvania. But I'm talking about outside of Pittsburgh, though. There are pop-up thunderstorms in the Appalachian part of Virginia, making its way towards the northeast, affecting places like Washington and soon-to-be Baltimore. But in Washington, D.C., well, it's mainly that you have some thunderstorms rolling across through the western suburbs. Some rains are falling in the District of Columbia. But otherwise, thunderstorms, they'll be on their way in about a couple minutes from now. Probably about 30 minutes. Do you have a severe thunderstorm warning just the eastern half is in West Virginia, and the other half is in Ohio. Special weather statement just north of Charleston, West Virginia. There are flood warnings that are present in southern Virginia, just outside of Richmond. There are some storms that are making its way towards Virginia Beach and into Norfolk right now, and Williamsburg as well. In a matter of about 15 minutes, we go down to the Carolinas. There's a flood warning and 2 special weather statements indicating strong thunderstorms. Sorry about that, folks. Didn't mean to do that. Plenty so storms are making its presence in the coastal part of Carolinas, both Carolinas, I should say, and especially in Greensboro all the way to Raleigh. South Carolina, you see some storms. They're making its way towards the east right now, but it looks like it's dissipating, except for the one just north of Charleston right now. Then we go to Georgia, where there are thunderstorms that are passing by in the southwestern part of the state, with a few storms making its way towards Atlanta, but they're about to dissipate slowly, though, all because you have some storms coming from the southeast. It's associated with a low pressure system, which has, I don't mean to spoil it, but a 40% chance within the next 2 days. And also within the next 7 days, too. We'll discuss more about this in about a couple minutes from now. But in the meantime, let's continue on with this. Isolated thunderstorms, pop-up thunderstorms are almost all over the state, but central Tennessee, there are getting some thunderstorms going in the past 3 hours. Just right around the Nashville area, especially just southwest of the city and the capital of Tennessee, but still present just south of the city. Then we go down to Florida, where there are a lot of storms, a lot of moisture coming from this low pressure center, as I said. But like I said, we will talk about the chance of becoming a tropical storm. If so, it'll be Dexter. I mean, some people may associate it with a guy named Dexter from Dexter the Show, but I'll always remember Dexter's Laboratory, if you know what I mean. Now, we do have special weather statements just south of the Big Bend area and especially south of the Tampa Bay area. Choppy waters associated with thunderstorms, not because of strong winds, but if there are, that's because of the storm, not because of the tropical storm. There's a severe thunderstorm warning just north of Tampa, southwest of Ocala, especially with a special weather statement there in Ocala, all the way down towards all the way towards Homosassa Springs. There's another special weather statement just near Kissimmee, just south of Orlando. But South Florida, pop-up thunderstorms are all over South Florida right now, particularly on the Atlantic side from Homestead all the way up north to West Palm Beach. Storms are rolling across through the Everglades, through Lake Okeechobee, and up the Kissimmee River towards the Tampa Bay area. In the Panhandle, just plenty of clusters of thunderstorms, just revolving around a low-pressure center near Panama City, affecting places from Lake City Lake City all the way to Pensacola, as well as the southern parts of Alabama, Mississippi. But anyway, speak of the devil, we got plenty of thunderstorms, but some of them are fading in the southern half of Alabama. The northern half, it's quite dry for the most part. It was popping those thunderstorms, but then they end up dissipating, but we'll see about that just later on. Similar story in Mississippi, just dry on the northern half of the state. Southern half still got thunderstorms going, but right now it's mostly concentrated on the southeastern part of the state, going to Louisiana. But let's not forget about Mississippi, with plenty of special marine warnings present from Gulfport all the way to New Orleans. Even though New Orleans is not really close to the water in the Gulf, but my point is, folks, choppy waters in Lake Pontchartrain and even the Gulf too. But right now, I mean, the past 3 hours, there have been thunderstorms in the Big Easy, and there's still thunderstorms present in New Orleans. But some rains are about to move towards the west and even the southwest too. Just a minute, folks. All right, I'm back. Okay, so there's still storms on the southeastern part of Louisiana, especially right around the delta part of the delta part of Louisiana. You know, because of Mississippi, the draining into the Gulf. Arkansas, we got some thunderstorms that are still there in the past 3 hours on the northern side of the state, with some flood warnings just to the east of Little Rock, but still a little bit of thunderstorms on the north central part of the state. Oklahoma, you get thunderstorms that are moving in towards Oklahoma City and the surrounding areas, but although less in numbers, some of them are popping up, others are starting to fade right about now. And then we go down towards Texas, where Texas, there are plenty of, not plenty of storms. There were some storms on the western side, but however, I mean, there's also one in the Panhandle, but it looks like it has faded, especially sort of in the western part of Texas. There were some storms, but that it's still remaining there, but some of it may be just fading, others popping up right now. But in the rest of Texas, from Corpus Christi all the way to Houston to San Antonio, Austin, Waco, and then towards Dallas and Tyler, there are dry conditions, though there are pop-up showers and storms on right along the Red River near Wichita Falls and Denton. Then we move on towards the Ohio Valley in Kentucky, where there are some spots of thunderstorms rolling through the Bluegrass State. And it's just moving east, though it's isolated, though, most notably in the northern and eastern sides of the state. Still, some severe thunderstorm warning. A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued on the in the east central part of Ohio. Thunderstorms are still present in the Buckeye State, moving towards the east, crossing the Ohio River into the Appalachian Mountains, into West Virginia and Pennsylvania. There is a flash flood warning that's been issued just north of Pittsburgh. And there's another flash flood warning, but that's just southwest of Sandusky, Ohio. But still, thunderstorms are present. Heavy rains are present throughout many parts of Ohio, Toledo as well. Then we go towards Indiana, where there are special weather statements and a severe thunderstorm warning, and even a special marine warning in the northwestern part of Indiana. There were storms that rolled through Indianapolis, but now much of it's exited towards Ohio. But it's not over in Indianapolis. While they did get some thunderstorms, just spots of which moving towards the east. There's a few to the north, but the worst one is coming from the west. And it's only a matter of time, like about 30 to 45 to about an hour. In terms of minutes, thunderstorms will be moving in towards Indianapolis. Chicago had some thunderstorms just about 2 hours ago or an hour ago. And it was quick. Right now, they are dealing with some overcast skies. In a matter of a couple minutes, it'll clear up. Effingham, well, they're going to get one. Just about pop-up thunderstorms are showing up right now just ahead of the cold front. There's even some clusters of clouds and showers located on the southern tip of Illinois. Regardless, flood warnings are pretty much throughout the Mississippi River, throughout Michigan. Sorry, folks. Oh yeah, but let's not forget about air quality alerts throughout the Windy City, plus Milwaukee. Well, it's all because of what's been going on with the heat. Now, well, they're dealing with a storm right now. But Chicago, they are trying to get things in the clear. Though, most notably, wildfires in Canada have been an issue throughout much of the country. So that's it's going to be quite some time. It's going to be troublesome, folks. Still, there is a severe thunderstorm warning just in the southwest corner of the lower peninsula of Michigan. Throughout much of the peninsula, there's been some thunderstorms. A flash flood warning has been issued on the northeastern corner of the peninsula. Detroit, from what it looks like, it's dry, but they're going to get some thunderstorms in a couple minutes. Upper Peninsula, just some showers, a few places with thunderstorms. Clouds as well throughout much of the peninsula to the north. Wisconsin, flash flood warnings are in effect from places like Oshkosh, anywhere just northwest of Milwaukee and just southwest of Green Bay. Severe thunderstorm warning has been issued just north of Milwaukee, and as well as a special marine warning near Milwaukee as well, as I've said. Oh yeah, but let's not forget about a special marine warning in southwestern Michigan, lower peninsula Michigan. Special weather statement, especially near Milwaukee as well. I mean, you're basically dealing with a stationary front that's located in Wisconsin, through Michigan, the Great Lakes, and then transition to a cold front as they cross into Canada. Although there was a cold front that was located near through Iowa, through Missouri, and then became a stationary front in Kansas, and a cold front briefly, and then became a stationary front in the southern part of the state. Then, then became a stationary front sneaking through Colorado into Wyoming, Utah, and Nevada. Alright, so we got some storms that are still ongoing in the eastern half of Wisconsin, Minnesota. Flood warnings still in effect in the southern half of the state, as you can see. But some parts of the state, a few clouds and showers, but not much of a threat for thunderstorms anywhere in Minnesota in the meantime. Iowa, just a few places with thunderstorms, but it's not quite frequent, not much is there though. Just a few clouds and showers there. Flood warnings present just located near Cedar Rapids. Then we go to Missouri. St. Louis, they're going to get thunderstorms. Severe weather is going to be located throughout St. Louis. Gateway Arch, going to get drenched. Just about a few minutes. Southern part of the state, some clusters of thunderstorms are there, especially Kansas City, right along I-70. There's going to be trouble. Folks driving on I-70 right between Kansas City and St. Louis. But at least it's to the north of the highway. Special weather statements are issued in places like Dodge City all the way to La Crosse. Yes, you can see thunderstorms are there, and just south of Hayes, thunderstorms too. That's because there are pop-up thunderstorms right now, right along this stationary cold front in Kansas. And there's another batch of thunderstorms on the northeastern corner of the state. In Nebraska, just a few clouds and showers passing through in Nebraska, but in the western part of Nebraska, more rain, more thunderstorms are coming from Cheyenne, moving to the east, yet it's getting worse. Into the Dakotas, here we go. So we got a few clouds and showers passing by through South Dakota, southern half of North Dakota in the past 3 hours. A few places with thunderstorms, but that has started to fade and started to move into Minnesota. Then we go to the Northern Rockies, where all is pleasant. In Montana, a few clouds, especially in Idaho. But in Wyoming, the southern part of Wyoming, it's quite an issue there. Just a few pop-up clouds and showers, but that's moved away to South Dakota. There are special weather statements near, just right around Rock Springs, Wyoming. I mean, it's all because you had strong gusts and winds. Right there in Rock Springs, near Cheyenne as well. And severe thunderstorm warning has been issued just south of Casper, Wyoming. Storms are worse right along the stationary front in Wyoming, especially in Colorado, where there's a severe thunderstorm warning just to the northeast of Denver with a special weather statement there. 3 severe thunderstorm warnings, flash flood warning, and 2 special weather statements have been issued right around the Colorado Springs, Pueblo area. So, got to gear up. It doesn't really take a lot just to flood, roadways, or even cause a lot of trouble outside. But regardless, it's quite dangerous to be there on the eastern side of Denver, and that includes in the Rockies too. In the Rockies, thunderstorms are there. Western side of western half of Colorado, they are not spared. Though some places are dry, others pop-up thunderstorms are present there, giving way to a lot of heavy rain, moderate to heavy rains. Some strong winds and gusts, maybe small hail in some places. Then we go to Utah, where much of the state, they're enduring more thunderstorms on the northern part, just north of Salt Lake City. It's not much going on right now. Nevada, Nevada, central Nevada, just some thunderstorms. Some of them are just popping up in the past 3 hours. The northeastern corner of the state too. Moving, slowly moving towards the east though. Sorry about that. Now we go to New Mexico. Oh, well, I see severe thunderstorm warnings have been issued, especially chances of hail and damaging winds. Flash flood warnings as well, just located on the northeastern corner of the state. But regardless, well, there's another flash flood warning just to the north of Alamogordo. Much of New Mexico, they have clusters of thunderstorms. Just scattered thunderstorms all across the state, especially throughout much of Arizona, though there are flash flood warnings in just near Grand Canyon. So those who are there, just stay away from low-lying areas. Head to higher ground. Stay away from flooded areas, even if it's shallow enough. Just 6 inches of water can swipe you off the ground by car. It'll move a car. It takes about a foot of floodwaters just for that to float. Tucson and Phoenix, just some few clouds and showers and some storms. More storms are in the east central part of Arizona, all the way to Flagstaff, and even, as I said, the Grand Canyon. Let's go to California, where California, they are getting some pop-up thunderstorms throughout parts of the Sierra Nevadas right now. Elsewhere, it's quite dry. I mean, that's because you have a lot of orographic lift associated with it. Then we go to the Pacific Northwest, where there are red flag warnings throughout south central part of Washington State, especially just on the mountainous side of Washington State, just east of Seattle, though. Alright, so now let's zoom out and switch gears to see, well, just let me check to see what's going on in terms of satellite right now. Let me play that for you guys, just to see what we're dealing with. I mean, although you're not going to be able to see it, but Canada does have wildfires. It's been ongoing for quite some time. And some of them may have blend in with some clouds, which led to air quality alerts in some places throughout the country, especially in Maine. Right. Let me switch back here. And now let's switch the scene right now to here. Right. Okay, so what do we have here? Let's start from New England, where you have winds. Coastal areas getting sea breeze about to 20 to 25 miles an hour in some places. Interior parts, winds are moving from the south, shifting towards the northeast, up to 20 miles an hour, but few places they do have stronger winds. Temperatures all across New England, they are in the 80s. Then you have upstate New York, Pennsylvania. You have temperatures, winds are moving towards the north, and then shifting towards the northeast in the Adirondacks. Though winds are blowing up to 20 miles an hour, temperatures all across upstate New York and Pennsylvania, they are in the mid-70s to upper 80s. The greater New York City area, consisting of Long Island, the Hudson Valley, western Connecticut, and much New Jersey. Temperatures, winds, they are in New Jersey, they're actually coming from the southwest, blowing towards the north, especially on Long Island, and you have blowing up to 20 miles an hour with temperatures that are in the 80s. Then we go to the mid-Atlantic, where you have Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, Washington, D.C. Winds moving towards the northeast, but some places moving up to 25 to 30 miles an hour. Particularly in the southwestern part of Virginia, northern Virginia, Chesapeake Bay area, and even parts of the Delmarva Peninsula to the south. Temperatures, they are in the 80s. West Virginia, you have winds that are moving towards the northeast, but becoming light and somewhat variable on the northern side. Temperatures in West Virginia, they are in the upper 70s to mid 80s. Go to the Carolinas, the southeast. Let's check the southeast. So what do we have here? We have a low pressure center just off of the Panhandle of Florida, where winds in the Carolinas, you have winds that are coming from the south, shifting towards the northeast. Tennessee, winds are moving to the northeast. Winds in North Carolina blowing up to 25 miles an hour. Much of Tennessee up to 20 miles an hour, along with South Carolina, Georgia, but Georgia winds are moving from the south-southeast, shifting towards the north, moving up to 20 miles an hour. Alabama, Mississippi, so we got Alabama winds in the southern side blowing towards, from the southeast, shifting towards the southwest. Northern half winds are light and variable. Mississippi, winds on the northern half, they're somewhat light and variable. Southern half of the state, winds blowing towards the south. You got temperatures throughout the Carolinas. They are in the 80s. Tennessee, upper 80s to mid 90s. Georgia, temperatures are in the mid 80s to low 90s. Alabama, Mississippi, 90s. But on the coastal side of Alabama, Mississippi, temperatures are in the 80s. Go down to Florida. Throughout Florida, you have much of the state winds blowing from the south-southeast. Throughout much of the state, just up to 20 miles an hour. On the beaches, up to 25 to 30 miles an hour. And throughout the Sunshine State, they're in the 80s. Then we cross the Mississippi into the south-central part of the country. Louisiana, much of the state has light and variable winds. Arkansas, winds move to the northeast up to 20 miles an hour. Oklahoma, winds are blowing to the north. In the central part of the state, winds blowing up to 25 miles an hour. In Texas, also winds blowing towards the north. Western Texas, though, winds somewhat light and variable there. But in the central parts of Texas, winds blowing up to 25 to 30 miles an hour. Throughout Arkansas and Louisiana, temperatures are in the 90s. Oklahoma, temperatures are in the upper 80s to mid 90s. Then you have Texas, where you have temperatures that are in the upper 80s to low hundreds. Then we go to the Ohio Valley, where winds are generally blowing towards the northeast. Places like Kentucky, eastern Kentucky, southern Ohio, and much of Illinois and much of Indiana, winds are blowing up to 25 miles per hour, but some places it's stronger, up to 30. Temperatures in Kentucky, they are in the 80s. Ohio, 70s. Indiana, upper 70s to mid 80s. Illinois, temperatures are in the mid 70s to low 90s. Then we go to the Great Lakes region, where there's a surface low near Elroy, Wisconsin, where winds are coming from the southwest in the lower part of Michigan. Though they are becoming light and variable in the northern tip, but in places like Upper Peninsula, Michigan, winds are coming from the north, blowing up to 30 miles an hour in some places. Wisconsin, northern half of the state, winds are moving towards the south, but southern half of the state, winds are moving to the north. And the winds are in the western half of the state, they're blowing up to 25 to 30 miles an hour. Central part of Wisconsin, just a little lighter though because of the surface low. Temperatures in the lower part of Michigan, they're in the upper 70s to mid 80s. Upper Peninsula, temperatures range from 53 in Marquette to 75 in Sault Ste. Marie. Wisconsin, temperatures range from 57 in Woodruff to 79 in Milwaukee. Then we move on to Minnesota and the Dakotas, where winds are coming from the north-northeast, except for North Dakota, where the winds are shifting towards the west, blowing to no more than 20 miles an hour. Similar story in western South Dakota, but winds are a little stronger, up to 25 miles an hour there. But regardless, eastern parts of North Dakota and the eastern parts of South Dakota, winds are blowing up to 25 to 30 miles an hour. Similar story in Minnesota, southern half of Minnesota, but northern half up to 20 miles an hour. Temperatures in Minnesota, they are in the mid 50s to low 70s. Dakota's temperatures are in the upper 50s to upper 60s. Then we go down towards Iowa, Missouri, Nebraska, and Kansas, where in the southern half of Kansas, winds are coming from the south, shifting either towards the west or to the east. Where in the northwestern parts and southeastern parts of the state, winds are blowing up to 25 to 30 miles an hour, especially on the northeastern part of Nebraska and especially North Platte. And not to mention that there's also on the northern side of Missouri and southwestern Missouri too, up to 25 to 30 miles an hour. Iowa, much of the state, winds are blowing up to 30 miles an hour. Winds are shifting from the north to the east. Missouri, I failed to mention that the winds are actually moving to the east-northeast. Let's see what we got. So Missouri, you got temperatures that are in the 80s to low 90s. Iowa, temperatures are in the mid-70s to mid-80s. Kansas, you have temperatures that range from 73 in Colby to 95 in Salina and Wichita. That's because of the cold front. Nebraska, you have temperatures that are in the upper 60s to low 80s. Then we go to the northern Rockies region, where much of northern Idaho and western Montana, winds are somewhat light and variable. Southern half of Montana, winds are moving to the east. Winds moving up to 25 miles per hour, particularly near Twin Falls. And in the eastern and northern parts of Montana, winds are coming from the east, shifting towards the northwest. In the north central part of Montana, winds are blowing up to 30 miles an hour. Wyoming, for the most part, in the western half of the state, winds are moving to the east, but southwestern parts of the state, they're moving up to 30 miles an hour. Eastern half of the state, winds are generally coming from the east, but becoming light and variable in some places, particularly near Casper, right between Casper and Cheyenne. Montana, for the most part, temperatures are in the 60s to mid-70s. Idaho, temperatures in the northern half of the state, they are in the 60s to mid-70s. Southern half, temperatures are in the 80s. Wyoming, temperatures range from 61 in Cody to 82 in Rock Springs. We go down towards the Colorado Rockies and the Great Basin, where you're seeing that Colorado, the eastern half of Colorado, winds are coming from the east. Western half of Colorado, winds are coming from the west. Winds blowing up to 30 miles per hour in some places in western half of Colorado. Eastern half up to 25 to 30 miles an hour. Then you have Utah. Winds are most of the state. Winds are blowing to the east, and some places moving up to 25 to 30 miles an hour. In northern half of Nevada, winds are somewhat light and variable. Southern half, winds are coming from the south, blowing up to 20 to 30 miles an hour. Northern half, it's somewhat light and variable, as I said. I had to make loud noises because the Tesla car or any EV out there is making louder noise than it should be. Temperatures in Colorado, they range from 70 in Colorado Springs to 95 in Grand Junction. In Utah, temperatures are in the 80s to upper 90s. Nevada, in the northern half of the state, temperatures are in the 80s to low 90s. Southern half, 90s to mid hundreds. Alright, in New Mexico, you have winds that are blowing at no more than 20 miles per hour throughout much of New Mexico, but southwestern and northwestern New Mexico, those corners in New Mexico, they're blowing up to 20 to 30 miles an hour, especially on the eastern side, the eastern edge, I should say. But winds throughout much of the state, they're blowing towards the north, though. Most of the state, though, but southwestern corner of New Mexico, winds are coming from the west, especially in the northwestern corner. Arizona, you have winds that are coming from the Gulf of California, shifting towards the east, though. In along the Colorado River Valley, though, winds are blowing up to 30 miles an hour. Yuma, a little bit higher in terms of wind speed, up to 25 miles per hour in the eastern parts of Arizona, too. Throughout New Mexico, temperatures are in the mid-80s to low hundreds. Arizona, temperatures range from 70 in Alpine to 102 in Yuma. Then we go to California. See what we got for California. So, what do we have here? Throughout California, you have onshore winds. They're somewhat light and variable, though. In the Bay Area, up to 25 miles per hour, up to 20, right along the populous parts of Southern California. On the coast, though, up to 30 miles an hour, moving to the north along the Colorado River Valley in southeastern California, especially just outside of LA, moving to the north-northeast, up to 25 to 30 miles an hour. In the Central Valley, California, and the Sierra Nevadas, winds are blowing up to 25 miles per hour there. Let's take a look at temperatures. Let's see, we have temperatures from the Bay Area all the way to San Diego. Temperatures are in the 70s to mid 80s. Then up north from the Bay Area, temperatures are as low as 59 in Eureka. Then you go inland where you do have temperatures that are quite hot in Indio, where it's 102. The Central Valley, California, temperatures range from the mid-80s all the way to the upper 90s. We go to the Pacific Northwest, where much of the Pacific Northwest, most particularly on the leeward side of the Cascades on both Oregon and Washington, they're light and variable, though, but winds are blowing at no more than 20 miles per hour in the northern northern parts of Washington State. Moving to the northeast, on the beaches, winds are blowing up to 30 miles an hour there towards the southeast, but the coastal side, on the windward side, the Cascades, you have winds blowing towards the east from Medford all the way to Seattle. Okay, so you got temperatures throughout Oregon and Washington State. They range from the low 80s all the way to the mid 90s. Well, actually, make that mid 70s to mid 90s. Yeah, 75 in Trail to 95 in Medford. Now let's talk about gusts. So what do we got for gusts? We got strong gusts, 30 to 40 miles an hour in parts of the Ohio Valley. Well, most notably, it's because of the severe weather And in the Carolinas, similar story, particularly in North Carolina, and as well as some winds coming from the tropics, from the Gulf, which may be associated with the possible development of potential Dexter. Did you get out of my laboratory? Okay, so we got up to 40 miles an hour of gusts throughout the upper Mississippi Valley, associated with a storm, a cold front, I should say. And we got gusts in association with the storms in the Great Basin, parts of the Rockies too, up to 40 to 50 miles an hour, all the way towards Yuma. Now we talk about humidity. Where's the most humid place in the country? Well, we're not gonna talk about that, but we are gonna say where's the most humid place today. Okay, so Pennsylvania, it's quite humid. It's quite wet out there. There's a lot of storms though. In Ohio too, all the way down to Virginia, all the way to the Outer Banks of North Carolina, as well as the Wisconsin, Upper Peninsula Michigan, Upper Mississippi Valley, and your Rapid City. Alright, so Florida, just a little bit humid though. And now we talk about rainfall estimates. Just so you know, folks, this is not accurate. These are just estimates. These were not gathered recently. Those are just estimates, folks. Bear with me on this. Washington, D.C. area, rainfall as much as 2 to 3 inches of rain there. West Virginia, similar story, especially western Pennsylvania, eastern Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, about up to 4 inches of rain in some places, up to 5 few places, especially up to 6 inches of rain in northern Kansas, southern Nebraska, northern Missouri, up to 2 to 4 inches of rain there. In the southern plains, front range of the Rockies, up to 2 inches of rain. And Arizona, up to 1 inch of rain too. Oh yeah, but let's not forget about the Gulf Coast, like New Orleans, up to 2 to 4 inches of rain there, all the way to the delta of the Mississippi, and southern parts of Alabama, Mississippi. I don't know, for some reason, I smell like someone is smoking. I don't know why, but it's just horrible. It's horrible. No wonder why, people get health problems. That's just my assumption. Man, I really don't like the taste of, the smell of someone smoking cigarettes. Even though no one is smoking, I kind of feel like it's maybe coming from the AC, which I may turn off, though. Anyway, southern Alabama, southern Mississippi, rainfall estimates are up to 2 to 3 inches of rain there. And now let's switch gears to talk about what's going on with the upper part of the atmosphere for the next few days. We'll start from here since this is what we got. We'll assume this is right now. Okay. Need a drink, folks. Hold on. Oh my god, I almost choked. Oh, for some reason, it just gagged. Hold on just a minute, folks. I need to turn off the AC for a moment. Okay, I'm back. Okay. So, what do we got? Okay, so we got a trough located in the northern plains in north of the Dakotas, north of Minnesota. We do have We do have an upper level low pressure center located just off of Baja, California, but we'll just treat it as like there's a trough over Baja, California. But there's also a ridge, a lopsided ridge over the Great Basin, Desert Southwest. There's also a ridge located just off of New England, which means wet weather is present throughout the upper Mississippi Valley, and as well as parts of the Desert Southwest and Great Basin too. And also plenty of wet weather throughout parts of the Northeast too. But even though I don't have wet weather in my area yet, but that could change. That could change, folks. But yet, there's also wet weather just located throughout the south. Now we move to 24 hours from now. Let's see what we got. Okay, so we do have a flat trough just located near Hudson Bay in Canada, just to the northeast of the Great Lakes region. A ridge over Utah. And there's also a tiny flat trough over the upper Mississippi Valley. And an upper level high off of the Carolinas. And what I would say, folks, is that there's going to be wet weather throughout parts of the Northeast, as well as Desert Southwest, Great Basin area. It's going to be a ridge just off of the Pacific Northwest, which means that there could be some wet weather, but I'm not too confident about that. We'll see about that. It's going to be in the northern plains, though. And some storms throughout the south. Now let's check Friday night. So by Friday night, we do have a trough just to the north of Washington State. Flat ridge located over in the northern Rockies. There's also going to be an upper level low just located over southern California. And an upper level high located over the southeast. So what does this mean? It means that there's going to be some showers and storms in the northern Rockies, parts of the Pacific Northwest, and as well as the Desert Southwest, even parts of the South too. And finally, by Saturday night. So by Saturday night, what do we have? So we do have a ridge located over the Dakotas, a trough over the northern Rockies, Bitterroot Mountains, Pacific Northwest. And we do have an upper level high over the south, which means that could further enhance the chances of development of Dexter, but we'll see about that, folks. There could be wet weather in the northern Rockies, parts of the northern plains, Great Basin, and even all the way to the southern Rockies, like New Mexico and Texas. We'll see about that, but I want to recheck just to see what's going on with the system. So let's assume that there's low pressure here, potential tropical cyclone Dexter. So it looks like as though that's not really growing, folks. Strong upper level winds. Now we move to 24 hours from now, where upper level winds are getting a little weaker, though, moving towards the northwest. From what I would guess, Friday night. Yeah, the winds are getting weaker. I mean, that could be like some development, but we'll see about that. And we do have like weaker winds aloft for Saturday night. And then we finally talk about what's going on for, well, right here. So this is what we got. Let me refresh the page. So this is as of 1:28 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time today, and from what it looks like, According to this, it has a 40% chance development within the next 48 hours for the next 7 days. According according to this, surface and radar observations indicate that a westward moving broad area of low pressure is located along the coast of the Florida Panhandle near Panama City. The associated shower and thunderstorm activity remains disorganized and located mainly south and southwest of the center. This system is forecast to continue moving westward across the northern portion of the Gulf through tonight, reaching the coast of Louisiana by Thursday. If this system moves far enough offshore, environmental conditions over the Gulf appear generally favorable for additional development, and a tropical depression could form over the next day or two before the system moves fully inland by the end of the week. Regardless of development, heavy rainfall could produce localized flash flooding over portions of Florida through today. Heavy rainfall could also cause flash flooding for portions of the north central Gulf Coast beginning late today and continuing through Friday. But of course, additional information. It's best to refer to products issued by the Weather Prediction Center and your local National Weather Service office for additional information. Hold on a minute, folks. All right, I'm back. Okay. Now let's get back to this, where I would see what's going on at the surface. Let's assume that, okay, we're going to use the American model, the GFS model, to see what's going on. Okay, so let's see, let's assume that's right now. So let's go to 20. Okay, so the system is near Panama City, near Florida, the Panhandle, and we're going to play the animation for you guys right now. So this is what's going to happen tomorrow night. So I would say that the American model wants to take it inland as soon as possible. And it would only be nothing but a rainmaker, not much winds involved. Not much going on for Friday night, and by Saturday night, it's not much. Then we move on to the European model, where, let's see, starting right now. So this is what we got so far. This is right here, 24 hours from now. Well, for the most part, folks, I would say that it may not be so interesting after all. It's just going to be just some rainmaker that'll only be on its way towards Louisiana. Well, that's it, folks. I mean, it doesn't look like as though there is any potential after all. My guess, folks, is that it's not doing well. Yep, high pressure. I'm seeing the high pressure over the Gulf. Yeah, I'm just not seeing anything, folks, right now. I mean, the upper level winds will decrease over time, but it's just that the conditions, it just looks like as though that both the American and European models want to take the low pressure center into Louisiana and let it just die and only become a big rainmaker. That's it. That's it, folks. That's it, at least for now. But, I mean, like, things can change, so you know, folks. Things can change. That's just a prediction, folks. It doesn't really mean that, I mean, anything can change, folks. Anything can change. Let's go here. I mean, I know, like, it's almost 7 o'clock, For those of you just tuning in, just so you know, folks, so we will get to that in a few minutes. I just want to get to the part where I do the 3-day forecast, or 2, if the models aren't, if the models won't allow me to do such a thing. Let's go to here. Okay, and okay, so this time we're back in business. Okay. By tomorrow morning, there will be plenty of warm lows throughout the south and the east coast, and even the Ohio Valley as well, and the desert southwest. Chilly temperatures throughout the Rockies and the northern plains, upper Mississippi Valley too, and coastal Pacific Northwest too. Tomorrow night, there's going to be a lot of heat throughout the south, parts of the desert southwest, California, Great Basin, leeward side of the Cascades, and even parts of the, in the front range of the Rockies too. Chilly weather in the Dakotas and the Great Lakes region too. Well, not chilly, but mild. We have plenty of warm lows throughout the lower Mississippi Valley, the southeast, mid-Atlantic, and the desert southwest. Chilly temperatures throughout the Rockies, parts of the northern plains, upper Mississippi Valley, Great Lakes region too, and the interior northeast. Yay! I don't know who's excited or who's not excited. By by Friday night, there's going to be a lot of heat throughout the south, much of the Great Plains, desert southwest, Great Basin, California, and the leeward side of the Cascades. Saturday morning, warm lows throughout, a lot of warm lows throughout the southeast, desert southwest. Chilly weather throughout the Rockies, the Cascades, and parts of upstate New York and the northern plains. And by Saturday night, there's going to be a lot of heat throughout the south, the Mississippi Valley, and as well as front range of the Rockies, desert southwest, California, parts of the Great Basin too. Now let's talk about humidity. Lots of humidity in the East Coast, Ohio Valley, the rest of the South, Southern Plains, and even in the desert Southwest, and even on the West Coast too. A lot of humidity throughout the East Coast, Ohio Valley, much of the South, with the exception of western Texas. Southern Plains is getting humid. New Mexico and much of the West Coast. Friday morning. By Friday morning, humidity will only be limited to the Mid-Atlantic, the Ohio Valley, the Southern Plains, much of the South, with the exception of western Texas. And some humidity will be present in the desert Southwest and parts of the West Coast. Friday night. Close that. By Friday night, only humidity throughout much of the south, eastern Texas, though. Western Texas, it's not going to be humid. Great Plains, a lot of humidity is going to be there. Much of the Great Lakes region. Anywhere south of New York City, it's going to be very humid. And even parts of the West Coast will get humid. Saturday morning, there's going to be humidity throughout much of the south, with the exception of western Texas. Great Plains is going to get humid. Parts of the Great Lakes region, the Ohio Valley, the Mid-Atlantic, especially near the New York City area, but to the south and coastal New England will get humid, and the desert Southwest too. Finally, Saturday night, humidity starts creeping up north along the East Coast up until Boston and the I-90 corridor in New England. It's going to get humid in the Great Lakes region and the Northern Plains. It's going to get less humid because dry air moves in from the Rockies and affect the southwestern part of the Great Plains and western Texas too. Parts of the West Coast will get humid and even a little bit of humidity in southern Arizona. Let's talk about Cape convection. Please excuse me, folks. I need a quick sip of water. Sorry. So what do we got for humidity? So by tomorrow morning, it's going to be very humid throughout Florida, throughout the southeast, the Ohio Valley, and even the lower Mississippi Valley, and even parts of the Northeast and parts of New England. It's more humid, more convection, I mean, along the southeast in Florida. Tomorrow night it's going to be there's going to be a lot of convection throughout the southern plains, the lower Mississippi Valley, the Ohio Valley, the southeast, all the way up towards New England. And some convection throughout the front range of the Rockies and New Mexico. Friday mornings, some convection in Florida, the Ohio Valley, and the lower Mississippi Valley. Even some convection in the northern Rockies. Friday night, there's going to be a lot of convection throughout the southeast, the Mid-Atlantic, the Great Plains, the Mississippi Valley, Ohio Valley too. Saturday morning, a lot of convection throughout the Gulf Coast, southeast, some convection in the Ohio Valley and parts of the Mississippi Valley too, the Northern Plains. Finally, Saturday night, a lot of convection throughout the Gulf Coast, the southeast, especially the Ohio Valley, mid to upper Mississippi Valley, the Northern Plains. And now let's check what's going to happen tomorrow morning in terms of the precipitation. Well, there's going to be some places in the Northeast where there's going to be precipitation. Some storms will occur there tomorrow morning. In the South, some places will get some showers and storms, but most particularly, there's a lot of action in the Gulf Coast, and as well as in the Midwest, the Great Plains region and the mid-Mississippi valleys. Storms are going to be there. Parts of the Great Lakes region. And in the West, some storms in Arizona. And some stray showers and clouds in the parts of the West Coast. What about tomorrow night? By tomorrow night, some places in the Northeast are going to get some storms. The Mid-Atlantic too, and the Gulf Coast. Parts of the South too. Storms will be there in the mid-Mississippi Valley. Southern Plains, especially New Mexico, Desert Southwest, Great Basin, and the Colorado Rockies, and even parts of California. Get some clouds and showers, and a few storms there. Now, what about Friday morning? So by Friday morning, there is just a few clouds and showers in the northeast. Mid-Atlantic, more clouds, showers, maybe a few storms there, especially in the Gulf Coast. But because of the storm, there's actually going to be more storms in the central part of the Gulf and in the southern plains. Showers, clouds, a few storms there in the Ohio Valley too, and as well as the northern plains. We'll get some storms upper Mississippi Valley as well. Great Basin. Cloud showers and a few storms there, and some stray clouds and showers, parts of the west coast. Let's go to Friday night. Friday night is going to be showers and storms throughout the Mid-Atlantic, the Ohio Valley, the Mississippi Valley, parts of the South. And storms will be all over from places like New Mexico all the way towards Wyoming and Montana and the Great Basin too. Let's check Saturday morning. By Saturday morning, there is going to be more storms throughout the Mid-Atlantic, all the way to the Ohio Valley, Great Lakes region, especially the Mississippi Valley. Parts of the Great Plains too. The South will get some cloud showers and a few storms there. More storms in the Rockies, especially the Great Basin and the Desert Southwest too. Stray clouds and showers throughout parts of the West Coast, and especially in the Bitterroot Mountains, the Columbia River Valley too. Finally, Saturday night, lots of clouds and lots of storms throughout the Mid-Atlantic, the Ohio Valley, Great Lakes region, all the way to the Great Plains. The South will get some storms going. Florida, a few storms, and then you have parts of the Desert Southwest, the Rockies, and the Great Basin. Storms will be there. And a few clouds and showers in the northern Rockies, Bitterroot Mountains, and parts of the Pacific Northwest, and even the Sierra Nevadas. A few clouds and showers there. Alright, folks, that's it for the weather discussion. I know this took me longer for me to complete, but it's all because of the storm that's located in the eastern Gulf Coast, particularly in Florida. That's the talk that's been going on. And we'll do the weather topic of the day at the end of the stream. So now, without further ado, let's play Minecraft right about now. And the quote of the day is, Go Teb-toe. Go Teb-toe. Chog. I don't know what that means, folks. I really have no idea. Anyway, we're going to continue with Minecraft, so bear with me on this. Okay, so this is facing north as... Okay, so this is east, and now we're going to continue where we left off. But the last time we were here, we just got started on northwest 40th Avenue, but the reason why I didn't do much was not because of the weather, but, well, not because of the national weather discussion, but because of the actual weather. We had a lot of rain, folks, in the New York City area. If you guys haven't seen social media, that there were lots of floodwaters in the subway stations. And I even had a friend who was on her way home, and she recorded a lot of water that was spilling into the subway station. And boy, that was a very, very tough yet dangerous commute. And other people, well, they had it worse. They had it worse. They had it worse. In fact, 2 people died, during that storm in the subway. I don't know where exactly, but all I know is that from what I've heard, 2 people have died trying to trying to make their way home or wherever they wanted to go to. Yeah, I guess full force nature was a thing back right now. Then obviously my friend would be more famous than now. Yeah, she'd be on the Weather Channel. And if she's watching this, you rock. You should definitely end up on the Weather Channel. Yeah, over this. I don't know if Fox Weather would create like something similar to Full Force Nature. I mean, if you've watched that before in the 2000s, you get my point. But until then, you would probably check on YouTube, because now they have it on YouTube. Yeah. And the lesson here is never mess with Mother Nature. Or else nature is going to get you one way or another. So how you guys doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you guys having a good day, or hoping you guys have better days ahead. For me, just tired. But stream must go on because I want to stream for you guys. Okay, so let me see. What do I want to talk about other than like my problems and stuff? Well, right now it's 7:16 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, so I only got about 44 minutes left of streaming, plus the weather topic of the day. Sometimes whenever I do stream Minecraft, or Kingdom Hearts, I feel like as though this is more therapeutic, because it allows me to say some stuff that's on my mind without repercussion. Sure, some people may be watching this not live, but I'm having fun regardless. I just need a quick sip, folks. Okay. Now let's move on. I just finished my water, which is good. I remember, let's see, what was I going to say? Oh, I enjoy cold water because it's refreshing during the summer. Warm water during... drinking warm water like during the summer is bad. It's gross. And it gets worse when you drink from a bottle. From a plastic bottle. I mean, it's kind of similar to... I don't know if you guys watch King of the Hill. But I remember that Boomhauer hated, warm beer. Because warm beer is gross. Especially during the summer months. Yeah, I can hear... oh, never mind. No background music. I thought I heard background music, but there's none. So far, the only noise I hear is just ambulance and sirens, but background music... not much, though, today, which is good, and I hope it stays that way. Yeah, so I didn't really continue the stream after that because of the storms, so I was out of options. Here's my lesson to all you guys. Drinking cold beverages during a hot day is better than drinking warm beverage because it is yucky, and cold drinks are more refreshing even if you're sick. Yeah, I'm hearing sirens, folks. I gotta mute the mic for a bit. Alright, I'm back, folks. Whew. Yeah, my stomach is rumbling for some reason. I mean, probably because I ate the apples on my way home. Well, just after I got home. I mean, for some reason, I feel like the apples increase my appetite. I mean, I suppose, like, whenever I do eat apples, I get hungry. And ask for more. So, I'm curious, does eating apples lead to increase in appetite? I wonder. I mean, of course, if you want to turn apples into apple juice, it's better to not to add too much sugar. Got something in my throat, and my stomach keeps rumbling. I mean, I really want to let you stick around, for the weather topic of the day. Stick around 8 o'clock. So today is Wednesday, July 16th, 2025. We are now past halfway through 2025 and about to enter 2026. And to a lot of people out there, particularly people in my age and close to my age, in my generation, we are we are closer to 2050 than to 2000. I mean, today we are closer to January 1st, 2050 than December 31st, 2000. I feel so old that my childhood has become very historical. That kids these days would think that my childhood is far off. And they would ask me, yeah, they would ask me, no, hold on. They would ask me, why don't you have Instagram? Why don't you have Twitter back in those days? Because they weren't a thing back then. They were not invented until well, for Twitter, it was not a thing until 2009, and then became X. And then Instagram wasn't a thing until 2011. Facebook, not until 2004. Twitch, like this one, not until, I haven't really checked the birth year of Twitch. So yeah, Twitch was not a thing. Live streaming was not a thing back then. I mean, I think I've already covered that in previous episodes of Minecraft. Anywho, we are closer to the future than we are to the past. We are closer to halfway through the 21st century than when we started the 21st century. Yeah, I've become so old, you guys, like I am. Hold on a minute, folks. Okay, never mind. What am I gonna have for dinner? Simple. Leftover turkey wings from Sunday night. They good? Of course they're good. Oh, more background music. Never mind. Ugh. There we go. Well, it's almost 7:30. I don't know if I've fixed the radar, but this should be a thing. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if you guys seen a video from like a long time ago. It was it was about a video called Minecraft Fail, featuring Steve, you know, the Minecraft guy, and Creeper, and he did something sinister. It's so sick, dude. Hey, look, guys, it's another Minecraft parody. Because it hasn't been done before. Today I'm going to be wasting your time about building a house. Okay. Oh my god, I thought I can hear background music, but no. Not really, though. Let's get started, shall we? My house, it's beautiful. I just hope nothing bad happens to it. And then he just punches a creeper. And then he gets knocked out. He yells out, "You're not going anywhere, motherfucker." And then he just relentlessly punches a creeper. Oops. Sorry about that. You're trying to go away. Bring me that ass. Oh, please. I don't mean no harm. I don't mean no harm. Oh, that's yes, and it's all for you. No, please, I don't mean no harm. You're gonna blow up my house. No, I'm about to blow up your. Oh, and then he just did his thing. Oh no, dude. Man, he is just violated that creeper. That creeper just got violated. Oh, all sorts of ways. Yo, what the hell is wrong with that guy, you know? So, after that, the creeper was all alone, feeling completely violated. And after that, he said, "What the shit? You're coming with me! Fuck you, motherfucker!" And then Steve just died. His payback for violating, Creeper. But just so you know, folks, if you're gonna call me out like for what I quoted, those are not my words. Those are not my words. Those are the words that are coming out that I'm paraphrasing from the Minecraft fail video. All right, those are not my words, not my content. Yeah, the sun is rising in the city. It is 7:35 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Welcome to the stream for those of you just tuning in. My name is Marlon, and this is episode 52 of Mushroom City in Minecraft. Hope you guys having a good day, or hoping that you guys have better days ahead. Right now, well, we only have about 25 minutes of streaming left, plus the weather topic of the day, which we'll get to after we leave Minecraft, and then we end the stream there. But the next time I'll be streaming will be on Friday, not tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm taking the day off. Got things to do. Okay, so now what do we do? Simple, we keep going. Yeah, stop. Stop forever. Ah, that just came out of nowhere. Okay, I'm gonna actually, folks. Before we continue, I just need to make a quick pit stop. Can it hold? Unfortunately, I drank too much. Actually, folks, someone's in the bathroom. That's Finn. That's Finn. Right? No different from work. No different from work. Yeah, it's too bad, well, with the exception of my bro, yeah, no one else in my family can understand sarcasm. Okay, now I can go, folks. Just give me about 2 or 3 minutes. I'll be back. I'm back, folks. Back from my bathroom break, but I couldn't flush the toilet because someone was using it, and it takes a while. Hold on a minute, folks. Okay, now. Yeah, it takes a while just for the toilet to, reset. Okay, so what now? Okay, so that's east. Eric Cartman. Respect my authority. That's those are the impressions I made of Eric Cartman from South Park. Mickey. Hey. Yeah, I'm not gonna go far into the whole name calling business with Kyle, because it's it's beneath me actually. You can have it through daycare. Bettis! Yeah, Cartman is funny, I don't know, I don't know about that village. It's funny, butterscotch. Hey, fellas! Cute. Man. I mean, I can come up with some impressions, for example, like Carter Puschman from Family Guy. So, it's me, Carter. I want my money. My son-in-law, Griffin. Or I can do Stan Smith from American Dad. It goes like this. Francine! My wife. Roger! I work for the CIA. Yeah, do I know any other impressions from Stan Smith? Jeff, why does my daughter have to marry such a filthy hippie? I'd shoot him in the head if I wanted to, but no. Apparently, nobody wants me to do it. I got a guy for Haley. that Jeff guy. Huh. I hate my son-in-law, Peter Griffin. He makes me sick. Damn it, Lois. I really want you and your husband to divorce. That would be the day I'd be looking forward to before I die. Hold on a minute, folks. So yeah, I'm really good with two voices of Seth MacFarlane's. I don't know if I can do Stewie. I mean, Stewie's so like, damn that vile woman, what the deuce. Someday I will rule this world with an iron fist. I must kill that vile woman and the fat man. Lois and the fat man. Yeah, I don't know if I could do Brian, but maybe I could totally do Quagmire. It's like, giggity. I don't know. For some reason, I've heard that there's this episode of Family Guy. I never even seen it yet. I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen Family Guy because, Family Guy's gone into a different direction nowadays. Yeah, because, I mean, I watched Family Guy a lot when I was in high school, but these days it's changed. But I would say that episode, I think it was last season's. It was like Quagmire, not being able to say giggity. What? I can say giggity no more. No, I mean, it didn't really come from the episode, but I would just imagine like Quagmire saying, "What? I can say giggity no more. No giggity. Giggity. No giggity. No, I have to say giggity. 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 Please don't let me give up on my giggity." If you say giggity, I'll kill you. I'll kill you, Peter, Joe, Cleveland. And where's Brian? Oh, I loathe Brian with all my heart. Giggity. Yeah, I don't know if I can do Brian. I mean, Brian, that's Seth MacFarlane's real voice. I'm not really good with Tim the Bear, or even Roger the Alien. I know so far in this part of the stream where I know I sound silly, me, making, so many impressions, just to sound like some of the characters from Seth MacFarlane's works, that he voiced in. But all I can say is that I'm really good with Carter Pewtersmith and Stan Smith. Sorry about that. So, for those who are in the chat live, what voices are you good at making? Like, what voices are you good at? Yeah, we're moving along, folks. I mean, right now we're about to work on we're in Northeast 35th Avenue, but we're going to get to Northwest 35th Avenue. It's going to take a long while to get across the city. So, what are you guys gonna do this weekend? For me, it's just gonna be a casual weekend. Not much going on. Just me relaxing, but I gotta go grocery shopping. And there's gonna be a chance of storms on Sunday. But um, even though that's like the weekend or in a few days, but that's not within the forecast range for 3 days for me. Right now, we are 3 miles south of the northern end of Mushroom Kingdom County. On a minute, I'm about to get really uncomfortable, with the way I'm sitting. Yeah, because I remember, like, last year or two, I remember that. Hold on a minute. I remember twisting my left leg to a point where I heard my socket joints, like on my left knee, feel like uh, they just popped. It was really bad. Oh God, I'm so tired. Okay, now we're in the western end of the city. Now, what do we do now? Okay, so we do have 6 minutes left, so let's just keep on going. No matter what, though. I mean, we're gonna do that until 8 o'clock, which is 6 minutes from now. What movies am I looking forward to watching? In theaters, I mean, I don't have anything in particular that I'm looking forward to watch throughout the rest of the summer. I know the new Fantastic Four movie is going to come out, but the thing is, I'm not really into that kind of thing. I mean, like I was into the Fantastic Four, back in like 2005, as well as the Silver Surfer, but I have not really expressed interest in both the one from 10 years ago and the one that's about to be in theaters in a few days. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, I thought I heard more background noise, folks. Thought I did. Yeah, now the sun is rising in the city. Yay! Yay! You know, what would be really interesting? If someone were to demand me, well, if a close friend of mine or even a future girlfriend who would demand me to watch or read or listen to something, well, in the form of a series, I would offer a condition. And the condition would be for me to demand my either closest friend or future girlfriend to watch every episode of my favorite shows. Yeah, so you say like, oh, guess what, Marlon? I demand you to read the entire series of books that I've read, or watch this long ass series that I've been watching for a long time. I would say to her, okay, but on one condition though. I demand that you watch One Piece from episode 1 all the way to today into the future, or the whole Naruto series. Not only the OG one, but also the Shippuden and the Boruto one, and including the future one. And so on and so forth, and she would say the same thing, or he would say the same thing, whatever. But, in a way, it'll be really funny. Because, you demand me to watch, listen, or read stuff, and and then I'm going to demand you to do the same. Because that's how close friends, or even close lovers, do. Yeah, kind of a tit for tat type of thing, It doesn't mean that we hate each other. It just means that we love each other to death. Love each other to a point where we're comfortable enough to give each other a hard time. But not out of hate, but out of love. In a way, it's like tough love, if you know what I mean. I mean, that's gonna be a thing. Tough love. Alright. And I'll leave it there for today. And, just start from here. And now, it's 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. For those of you who are just tuning in, I'm sorry, but you're just catching me at the end of the stream. But do hold on a moment, because I'm about to do the weather topic of the day. So here we go. Let me just switch to the weather scene right now. Oh, Before we get to the weather topic of the day, there is a tornado warning that is located in Colorado, Washington County. So let's head over there right now, and it's just northeast of Denver. Yep. And let me just turn on the single site radar, and that's going to be located in Denver. So that's to the northeast of the city. Okay, so where is the hook echo? It looks like there's a hook echo right here. A lot of precipitation is there. Possibly some hail, damaging winds are associated with it. But let's check the detail just to be safe. It looks like it's indicated by radar, and it's going to be an estimate of 2.5 inches in diameter, which is tennis ball sized hail. They don't say anything about damaging winds, but okay, so this is the high-res reflectivity radar. This is the high-res velocity radar. So there we go. Okay, and you get winds. They're moving here and here and here and here, which means that that means there's a tornado here. Yeah, so it appears that there is a tornado here. And it looks like it's moving to the southeast. Well, let me see where the correlation coefficient is. Well, lots of dust and debris right around the tornado. Check the velocity radar. Seeing what's happening in the past 3 hours. So what do we have? So Fort Morgan, they're getting some strong winds coming away from the radar. And what it looks like, whoop, changing colors. Yeah, probably right around here. Let me just see if this matches. No, actually, the tornado's right here. I'm mistaken. So it turns out there is a tornado right around here. Although not well defined, but that's what it appears to be. Okay, so I'm going to actually leave it there in terms of tornadoes, but I'm going to put this back on and play the radar for you guys. No, not what I wanted to do. You know what? I guess we can just leave it there. Okay, so the weather topic of the day, here it goes. So drum roll, please. What what makes a cloud green? Okay, so here it goes. Although I don't have the picture with me, though I have seen. Hold on, just a minute. Thought I hear some. Although I don't have a picture with me, but I remember that there was a phenomenon known as green clouds. So here it goes. Oh, yeah, I screwed up on that part. Although I don't have a picture with me, but I do have a memory of green skies and green clouds. Green skies and clouds are primarily caused by how sunlight interacts with water and ice particles within intense thunderstorms, especially during the late afternoon or early evening when the sun is at a low angle. Hold on just a minute, folks. Okay, take two. Rude people. Although I don't have a picture with me, but I do have a memory of green skies and clouds. Green skies and clouds are primarily caused by how sunlight interacts with water and ice particles within intense thunderstorms, especially during the late afternoon or early evening when the sun is at a low angle. The reddish yellow light from the setting sun, combined with the scattering of blue and violet light by the storm's water and ice, can create a greenish hue. While green skies can be associated with severe weather like hail and potentially tornadoes, they don't directly cause these events. Alright, folks, that's it for the weather topic of the day. I will be back on Friday, same time, or unless something comes up, then maybe I'll stream for you guys probably 9 to 11 p.m., but I'll keep you guys posted on my socials. But in the meantime, do hit me with a follow and turn on the notifications while you're at it so that you guys will know when I'll be streaming the next time. But tomorrow, not going to happen because I need a day off and I got stuff to do. Alright? Thank you guys for watching. Love you all. Peace out, everybody. Stay safe out there, especially during a tornado warning, severe thunderstorm warning, special weather statement, flash flood warnings, or whatever. Point is, stay safe out there, everybody. Alright? And until the next stream, signing out.